Hey guys, it's Ashley, Scrapping Nerd, and I'm back today with a layout for Scraplift Crafternoon. It's where a bunch of my crafty peeps and I get together and we scraplift an amazing layout from someone. And this week's layout is from Debbie, and I just love how colorful and cheerful her layout is. And so this one was a fun one to scraplift. And I pulled in my Mente Mamarazzi collection, and I love the vintage colors of this collection. So I am also pulling in my Victorian Velvet Distress Ink and the Blush Burst in the Nuvo Sparkle Spray. You saw that I also grabbed some gold washi tape, and so that was fun to actually use some washi tape. I'm always excited when I put washi tape on my layouts because I have way too much of that stuff. And then the Craft-A-Clock fussy cut, like the cut-aparts, in Rays of Sunshine, those florals just match perfectly with the Mente Mamarazzi collection. And I'm also have the cut file from day 11 for 31 days of cut files, and this is like a what am I trying to say, a Polaroid, and it says take the photo. And so I thought this was a good cut file to use with my photo because it's just a selfie of my husband and I. We were in Mazatlan in the back of our cab, but we just took a selfie, so it's not like you can really tell at all that we're anywhere other than just the back of a vehicle. And so this was a good way to just document the cute photo of us and use Debbie's beautiful scrap lift. And so I wanted to add the piece down the middle like Debbie did. And then, I also wanted to add some mixed media on the side. So you saw I'm just kind of marking where my strip will end, so I don't worry too much about the mixed media behind that. And I pulled in my texture paste here. As you can tell, it was dry. And I tried to get it through there. You know, I have my press and seal on it, and it's sealed, but here in Arizona, it's just dry. So it dried out, and I'll end up just using some heavy gesso that I have to put through this Tim Holtz stencil. And I'm going to just kind of do it here and there. Here's where I switched to the gesso. You can tell that it spreads a lot easier. And I just did it here and there, and I'm using the heat gun to dry it because then I'm going to use the Victorian Velvet, and once it's dry, and kind of brush over it so that it's that kind of pink color, but it's got the texture and you can see it. And I pulled in this punch to do this lace edge along each side of the strip down the middle, like Debbie had, I think it was like a washi or maybe just an extra piece of paper. And I liked how that looked. So I have this kind of lace punch, and then I'm going to use my washi tape to go down the side as well. I pulled in the gold kind of diagonal pattern washi, and then the polka dots. And so I liked how this looked, and it just kind of separated where the punch stopped on the paper, and I got some washi used up, which is really just the main excitement here. But I want to make sure that you guys check out all of the information in the description box. I have all the links for all the ladies that participate in Scraplift Crafternoon, and as well as Debbie's links. Make sure you go and give them some love and see all the wonderful things they did to scraplift Debbie's layout. And then there is the links for the 31 days of cut files with MK and Janet. And so that all of that information is going to be below. I have the Facebook page where you can see all the inspiration and see how people use the Cutfiles. I got the digital ones, which I really like because like here I cut it out from one of the Mamarazzi papers, and then the part that says take the photo I felt kind of blended in, so I wanted to use that Victorian velvet and ink it up to where you can still see the pattern paper beneath it, but it would stand out. But I didn't want it to be on the actual Polaroid part of the Cutfile, so I was just using some washi that I had to kind of mask that part off so I didn't actually get any ink on it. And I just went through, and you can see I did this close up for you, and inked the word part, and it you still see those florals and stuff from the pattern paper underneath. And then I just used some water to kind of just make it kind of blotchy, and then I'll use my my Blush Burst Nuvo Sparkle Spray to also put on the words. And so it acts as my title, and it stands out a little bit more. It's going to be on that blue piece down the center, so that will help it stand out as well. And I'm using the part of the Cutfile that you would kind of throw away from after the Polaroid was cut. I'm still keeping that in the Polaroid so that the flowers are still there. And I just think that's a nice way to use the Cutfile. You don't always have to throw away the parts that you can just use to fill the Cutfile. You don't have to, back it with something else, or try to figure out how to use the open space. And that way you don't see the background in the Cutfile, and I think it helps to make it stand out. And so here I am just getting that centerpiece on there, and I bent up the edges just so that they had some texture there, and you saw the texture from the heavy gesso. I think that really added something. And so I wanted to double matte my photo, but I wanted to kind of also incorporate that washi gold into something else. And so what I did is I matted my photo in a white paper, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just take that washi tape along the edge of that, so it looks like the gold stripe is actually one of the photo mats. And then I will put it on that floral piece of paper that's left over from cutting the Cutfile to act as my second photo mat. And I really like how that turned out, and I like this way of using the washi tape. And when you put it on the white paper, it really pops and you can see it really well. And so I just folded the edges over, and it hides that it's the washi. It just looks like it's a photo mat, and it just differentiates it from that floral background as well. And then of course I used my Victorian velvet to ink the edges. And so I really like how that's looking. And this is where I'm like, okay, I need to put that center, or those pieces that were cut out, I need to put them back into the Cutfile. And so I just kind of brushed over with that Victorian velvet ink along the outline so that it would separate from the part that's cut out in the middle a little bit. It's not as dark as I made the words, and not as sparkly because I don't have that blush burst on it, but it still just kind of separates it a little bit. You can see here, and I really like how that turned out. And then you can see the florals because it's the bigger piece in the middle. And so these are the florals. The lighter ones here are from the Mamarazzi collection, and then these darker kind of red maroon ones are from the Craft O'Clock Rays of Sunshine. And I just like how the Craft O'Clock matches the Mamarazzi collection. I use it a lot when I use this collection. And I'm just pulling in, there's the camera lens, and here's some more florals. I'll put a camera on the Polaroid. So I just pulled in those since it is a Polaroid Cutfile and it says take the photo. I think that this collection just worked really well. And like I said, for this picture that's not a like a specific picture. It's just a selfie of my husband and I. But that is the layout, guys. Thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and hit those buttons below, and make sure you check out all of the information in the description box. Visit everyone, give them some love, some likes, and subscribe to their channels. Thanks, guys. I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.